Okay, so don't be deceived by the weather. The sun's out now, but it's been raining, and I'm going to put this car seat cover on because we're taking a little buddy here for a little ride. But anyway, it should be fun. So what's great about this is basically it prevents his wet feet from getting all over my seat. Not only just dogs, but kids too. So it's not half bad. So you ready to go, buddy? Huh? You ready to go? I think so. So anyhow, if you want this cart seat cover, it's going to be down in the description box below. All right, so we're back from our little car ride. I took the family and the dog to the beach. I didn't record that, but we just had some family time, excuse me, to enjoy. And of course, he loved it. That seat cover is great because it's waterproof, and going to the beach is just, there's always a lot of sand and all this other stuff and grit. And so instead of that getting on your seat and getting your seats wet, that thing's amazing. So like I said, it's in the description box below. Make sure you join the Discord also, which is going to be in the description box below. So someone had mentioned, and not on Discord or anything like that, but someone had mentioned, is it a time to sell my house? They were it was on Facebook, and they were in a different town. They're like, I'm thinking about selling my house. I'm really thinking about selling my house because where they live in the Midwest, home prices are going up a little bit. But on Discord today, I said, you know what, now would not be a good time here to sell your home because there are so many different things going on that is a problem. We had someone on our Discord who basically was talking about how long contractors are booked up, because I had someone in the real estate market basically tell me that building a new home, there's delays right now. Like there's so much pent up demand, there's delays. And they were like, folks in Discord was like, really? Haven't heard of delays, but yeah, there are. And so I had someone post today about how far contractors are in terms of just being backlogged. So it's not just contractors, but it's also folks that just do remodels. There's so much business right now that you're not going to be able to get stuff done. And not only in terms of just getting a house built, but getting a remodel done or anything like that, there's just so much of a backlog. Here in Tacoma, now I can't speak for other areas, but I would say in this region, now would be a horrible time in Tacoma specifically to sell your house. It would be it's the worst time if you, unless you're moving out of state. There are some people who want to upsize or get a better home or whatever, and they typically will sell their home and either live in an Airbnb for a little bit or get an apartment or whatever and then try to get a house. Now is not the time to definitely do that. I wouldn't have done that even months ago, but now especially is the worst time to do it. And I can't reveal sources and stuff like that, right? It's not good. Oftentimes people will mention stuff through passing or we're just having a conversation. But and is some of this prospecting? Yes. But when it comes to homes right now, you wouldn't have a problem selling it. There's no question whatsoever, and you would probably get way more than what you're asking for. There are some homes that go for, $80,000 more than what they're worth. In one case, a gentleman showed that house went for $100,000, a little over $100,000 more than what they listed it for. But in terms of selling your house at this point in time, you're going to shoot yourself in the foot. Not only, even if you had cash, it used to be just last year. If you had cash, you were pretty much kind of the king or the queen of the pack, because you could just throw cash down and say, I'll take this house for cash. And there's no problem in terms of escalation clauses. I will just have plenty of money to throw at it. We have a lot of California folks, we have a lot of Seattle folks who may have had homes that are worth more than what they are here. And so they're able to play hardball. but that doesn't really work anymore. The problem has really started at some of the cheaper houses that you could find, all the way up to homes that are $2 million. It is hard. So there's no, it doesn't matter if you're just making minimum wage or you're someone who's an executive. Finding a home right now in Tacoma is next to impossible. And trying to get one remodeled at this point is next to impossible. There's a lot of work that I need done, and it's not going to happen. You may have a contractor if it's an emergency type situation, like if you were to get a, because it's, it's been raining. If your leak is roofing, or leak is roofing. Yeah, if your roof is leaking, that's what I meant to say. Then yeah, you may get someone who will come out because that's an emergency type situation. But just to have your kitchen remodeled or your bathroom or something like that, you're on a waiting list, and it's not going to get any better. So why is all of this happening? My theory, because Noel and I talked about this, my theory would be the stimulus. People were getting a stimulus last year, and then income tax season came. When income tax season was being done, there were rumors that they were going to get another stimulus check. So people that were able to get a stimulus check waited, some of them, and saved all that money up. And what you're seeing now is record home buying, not only just here, but across the country. So I think that definitely, along with the low interest rates, are two huge things that change the course of what's going on. And here the effects are dramatic. Is there a little bit of panic and worry? Yeah. It's really crazy when realtors are saying they hope that the market cools down. Like, that's just like someone saying like, hey, I'm a business owner, but I want business to slow down. Right? It's the same thing of saying, yeah, too much business, slow down a little bit so that everybody can kind of make sense of this and everybody has an opportunity. So I think, hopefully Noel gets this. It's a call. So I think that part of the concern is that in this area specifically, I think when we're talking about city leadership or folks like that, is that we are really behind the gun. We're behind the gun. I mentioned in Discord that local developers should take this time to invest in properties here where they can build up. There have been so many, and I've been saying this for months, there have been so many mid-rises that have been built that to me is a waste of land. There's one mid-rise going up that's going to take 2 city blocks. And even though it adds a lot of apartments, it really is not going to move the needle much. So we're swallowing up more and more valuable land downtown or near downtown for projects that don't really do much. Now, don't get me wrong; these are multi-million-dollar deals. I get it, but unless we start building up quite a bit, and I'm talking at least 10 to 15 stories, at least, then we're going to continue to have a massive problem. The city was going to do the whole upzoning thing, and they kind of held back on that for a little bit, and they're going to try it a little bit later because there's some concerns with that. But I think the big issue is we're not having developers develop bigger projects here. All of that energy is up in Seattle and over in Bellevue, but it's not down here. Down here, we're literally out of space. So, I mean, we're severely out of space. And there are people who are very well cashed, people that normally wouldn't have a dollar in their account. There are people now, they're like, oh, cool, I have several $1,000s that I could finally, my credit's great, or it's all right, and the interest rates are low and all of this. And so now, and the job market is amazing. So Like regular places are begging people to go to work. And they're even offering massive bonuses just for a sign-on. So you're seeing a situation where the average person right now is really, especially if you're a homeowner, you're winning because you're just sitting back watching the home prices tick up. So your value is just, your home values are just going through the roof. And the economy, excuse me, is starting to roar right back. But I would not, if you're a homeowner, look at these sale prices around you and the value of your home and say, okay, I'm going to sell my house now because look at this. I wouldn't do that. We're not even really in summer yet. It just, in the video I started, it just rained, right? The grass is still wet. When it's summer, it doesn't really rain here. It's, just hot. We're not even there yet. We're not even in the period of where things start to uplift. We're in June. June is that month where things start to go crazy, and July is when things get stupid in terms of just people buying houses just on a regular normal time. That's when things are really, really hot. June, July, August. We're not even really, today is June 15th. So it's going to get really, really bad. I would not sell a home thinking that, I'll be able to get one, because you're going to basically screw yourself. You're going to be in a situation where you can sell your house, but you're not going to be able to find nothing because everybody's gunning for homes right at this point. There's a lot of people that are sitting on cash. And if you are able to sit on the cash. There are people who are able to get the income tax, or not income tax. They got their income taxes, which I haven't gotten mine yet. Refund. I haven't gotten my refund yet. But you have people who have the stimulus. They got the stimuluses, and then they got their income tax. Do not spend that money. Don't spend it. If you're trying to get a house, do not spend that money. And if you're waiting to try to get a house and it's just difficult, save that money. Put it in a savings account and let whatever interest grow on it. Have it available. I wouldn't invest in other things because that's a little risky for this. I would wait and just wait until the right time, so that when you're able to actually move forward, you have that cash available. But I would still keep, I would still cast the line and make sure. Hold on, I just missed that. Okay, I would still make sure that you're actively hunting for houses and have your realtor out there. But realtors are so busy. For example, there was a realtor that I was going to do an interview with. She's been so busy, she hasn't been able to get back to me. It's just, there's no time. So it gives you an idea. And for one, she wouldn't even need to do the interview. She doesn't need the business. When businesses are telling you, there was another business that I was trying to do something with, they're like, I don't need the business. Not in a rude way, but they're like, I just don't need the business. The economy here is kicking right now. So they were literally saying, we're overstretched. We can't do anything more. We're literally overstretched. This is just a regular mom and pop business. They're overstretched. The economy is roaring. So selling your home now, it's tempting, because we looked at our home and we're like, dang, it's very tempting. But unless you're moving completely out of the area, out of the state, or at least going towards the east or something like that, or away from this area quite a bit, selling your home at this point in time is very self-defeating. Very self-defeating. Don't sell it. Don't sell it. So anyhow, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Oh, something else. Why do you think people are moving to Tacoma so much? And I've said this before, and people didn't believe me. It's the quality of life. When you come to Tacoma, It is a completely different thing than any other city, even in this region. In the Puget Sound region, there's something different about Tacoma as opposed to everything else that's there. It is a self-defeating, not self-defeating, sorry, I was reading something that somebody wrote to me. But it is a city that it's got everything that you would want. It's a big city, but small at the same time. The quality of life is insane. So when people visit, I have not had one person yet who has visited that said, I hate it here. I haven't had that. Now, I have had people say that about Seattle or some of the suburbs around Tacoma, but not Tacoma itself. It's one of those places where once you visit, you love it. Noelle's sister-in-law, Columbus, Ohio, never been here, loves it out here. Loves it. We have people from Atlanta. They visited. They love it here. They were like, I don't know about Seattle, but I love it here. And they're from Atlanta. So it gives you an idea. There's something about Tacoma that attracts people. And the more that the city invests in itself, we have really good city leadership. The more that the city invests in itself and the more investments that we get, it just drives more and more people down here. It's that. It is a gritty city, but it doesn't put on this pretense that, oh, we don't have those issues. Seattle, you get that vibe like, oh, we're Seattle, and it's just we don't have those issues. So then when people do see issues, it's like, but here they expect that. And when they come down here and they see the great parks that we have, the museum campus that we do, the downtown that's starting to just, open up, the views, you can see Mount Rainier like almost any time. You know what I'm saying? Like just everything, just the vibe. It's a very family friendly oriented city, very diverse. You know what I mean? Like very diverse. For this region. When I say for Puget Sound region, as well as Pacific Northwest, so that includes Oregon, Idaho, Washington, this city is the most diverse per capita, period. And when people come here and they see all of these different things, they want to stay. These are facts. So that is why people still keep, even if there's homes available and other places, they still keep their eye on Tacoma because of the simple fact that the quality of life just over exceeds some of these other places. So anyhow, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm going to dust off my little car mat because my seat cover saved me, because that dog and his claws and his wet feet and the sand and but anyhow, make sure you join the Discord down in the description box below. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, I will see you. Take care.